Welcome back to Half the Battle. I'm your host as always, Daniel Levi, and joining me now is the man headlining Valor Fights 45. I'm talking about Robert Hale. Robert, welcome to Half the Battle.
How you doing, Daniel?
Doing
Ready, man.
Doing amazing, man. How are you?
Doing good, man. Just helped my brother Nate cut weight. He's ready. We're ready, man. NFC 22 is going to be very exciting, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, it's going to be a great night indeed. But man, you got this massive opportunity. You're fighting in the main event against Sid Wheeler, Valor Fights 45. Now, first of all, this is a big step up in competition. I mean, Sid Wheeler's only losses are against UFC middleweights, and now you get the chance to fight him. On paper, people are considering you a very big underdog, but those that actually know you know what you're capable of. What do you think about the matchup, Robert?
The matchup is it's funny, man. The matchup is not going to go like everybody else is thinking. The matchup, like you said, on paper, the matchup sounds crazy, but the matchup is nowhere near crazy. I think me and Sid are equally matched. Not even equally matched. I believe I'm way better than Sid. I believe Sid's going to come in doing what he usually does. But the fight's going to end in the first round, just like any other fight that I'm going to finish. So then after I'm done with Sid, I'm going to go on to the next bum who's going to come towards me, and it's going to continue that way.
Now, Robert, you're known for putting people away, especially in the first round. When did you realize you had that kind of knockout power?
I realized I had that type of knockout power on my second amateur fight when I fought Colton O'Brien, and I hit him with a left hook. I just clipped him, but I'd seen him wobble. So after my second TKO, yeah, I figured I had knockout power.
Well, you know, it's funny you bring up that fight. That was a 28-second knockout, but prior to that, you knocked out Clay Archer as well. So, I mean, what was it about that second one that really let you know, hey, I can put these dudes away early?
Confidence, man. Confidence is one hell of a drug, man. My teammates started believing in me. I started believing in myself. And then I just, my coaching is very, very, very good. So it just made my confidence even more. And now I'm just a monster, man. Really a freak of nature, if you ask me.
So you mentioned your teammates, and man, there's such a brotherhood at X3. You know, I've personally been there myself for Sunday Fun Day, but you're there every single day. Tell me about the brotherhood at that team, man, because you guys really got each other's backs.
Yes, man. The brotherhood is real, man. I don't know about any other gym or how every other gym goes about it, but man, the love is real. We don't do nothing but give opportunity and chance. It doesn't get no better than that. We're not judging you when you walk in the door. We're open arm. Talk to us. We talk to you back. We're not. People really. I think people misjudge X3 people. Fighters. We're not as bad as everybody says.
No, not at all. I mean, you guys are some of the nicest guys I've ever met. But, dude, I got to ask you, because you had a very extensive amateur career. Now, with a lot of guys, they rush to go pro, and then they take L's left and right. But for you, you got the proper amount of experience. Now you're a professional. You're in the main event at Valor Fights. How invaluable was all that amateur experience for you before going pro?
Man, it was great. Because really, it took some of the losses to really open my eyes more to actually continue my amateur career, because I knew people were going to be better than that, especially when I first lost to Emmanuel Ocho, then Eli Winters. I knew guys were going to be better than that, so I just took my time. My coaches, my teammates, we all talked about it. They knew I needed to take a little more time, and then finally get to 155. But after that, it was after my 155 debut and I won, and they was like, it's time to go pro.
Yeah, and it's funny because you brought up some of those amateur losses, and it's not like you were getting blown out the water, man. A couple of those split decisions could have gone your way. It is what it is. We know the deal with the judges in this sport. But let me ask you this, Robert. Is it a gift and a curse to have that kind of knockout power?
Yeah, it's more of a gift than a curse. The curse would be because nobody is willing to really take the chance of exchanging with you. But the gift is, you get to learn different techniques, you get to learn different aspects of the sport, and you get better at your weaknesses, and now you make your weaknesses your strengths, and then there's nothing the other person can do or tell you that you can't stop them. you know.
So, Robert, your last fight was probably the most incredible fight I've ever seen in my life. Now, unfortunately, it didn't go your way, but it's not like you went out there and got your ass kicked. You whooped on John Cobb. You were going for the finish. He happened to get a Hail Mary armbar. It is what it is. That's the sport we love. But man, what was it? What was the feeling like being in there in what many people consider to be the best NFC fight of all time?
Man, it was good, man. Like I said, I gave it my all. I don't have any excuses for John Cobb, man. John Cobb is one hell of a opponent. I did walk him down the whole fight, though. That was no guarantee. It would never happen again. But he got me at my best. He survived. I tell him that he did. He survived that one, and I do give him props for surviving.
I mean, dude, if it was up to me, you guys would fight every single weekend, but that's why I'm the commentator and not the matchmaker. But I mean, when you have a fight like that, I mean, does it increase your confidence?
Yeah, man. Yeah, win or lose after that fight, I was not disappointed, man. I didn't. My coaches looked at me and they was just like, man, you've grown, you've progressed from, especially when I first started. Yes, man, and I look back on the fight, man, and I just say, man, I just would never make that mistake again. It's just point blank period. And then I looked at even my mistakes. I even seen the mistakes I did. I would correct them as well. So, but the fight and all, it was amazing. I loved every moment of it.
Yeah, like I said, one of the best fights I've ever seen in my life. So, I heard, and I don't know this for a fact, but I heard that you're a guy that has actually, you've lost a lot of weight, man. I heard you used to be in the upper 200s, and now you're fighting at 55. Tell me how you turned things around, bro.
So, really, I had, it was, long story short, I kind of gave up on my football career. Saw Clint Hester on The Ultimate Fighter a long time ago. Tried X3 out, but I was already like depressed from the football, like not playing football anymore. So I had gained like a lot of weight, eating bad stuff every day. So I had gained a lot of weight, and I came to X3. I turned it around. Yeah, the weight just kind of fell off as I started becoming more and more into the sport. Nathan pushing me, my coaches pushing me, and then finally I made my debut at 185. But then after a couple fights at 185, my coaches started saying, "You need to go lower. We believe you can go lower." I didn't believe them at first, but I started eating healthier and more healthier, and I started losing the weight more and more. Then I fought at 170, and then now I fight at 155. But I still love fighting at 170, 155. I just don't think I would go back up to 185.
What kind of advice would you give to someone that, they're trying to lose that weight and, maybe they're not feeling as motivated, but they can use you as an example that, hey, they can get better. They can do great things with their lives.
Oh, yes, most definitely, man. My biggest advice, man, to tell people is just, man, don't look, just keep going. Don't give up. I told myself, a long time ago that I would never give up on anything else again. And I told, no matter how hard it gets, I promise you the promised land is good on the other side if you just keep pushing. I'm trying not to look back, on the past about me being big. But, man, I'm thankful for it because, it made me who I am today. And, it's making me for the fighter I am today. So, and the fighter I will become in the future.
Man, you got to embrace it because, that's what's made you who you are today, man. You've overcome so much adversity. Look at you now.
Yeah, man. That's the best thing I can say is, just overcome the impossible, and you're good.
So, man, we've talked already a lot about how, X3, there's such a brotherhood there, but I want to specifically talk about your team leader, Nathan Williams, because, what a humble, awesome, giving guy. You know what I mean? What a great guy. What's it like having someone like him as the team leader over there?
Man, inspirational, man. Like I said, I met Nate when I first started. I kind of told him I wanted to do it. I want to do this sport. And he kind of gave me the look like, yeah, okay. You know, people usually people usually come in and out of the gym saying they want to do it, but then like later on it's a different story. But you know, I actually stuck around and kept pushing. And, you know, we actually built a great bond. You know, I look at the man as like my older brother. But being around that man, it just keeps me motivated, man. You know, him, you know, his family. You know, he's a great guy, man. You know, he really puts things in great perspective. He gives great advice. You know, he's just a plain out good dude, man.
Yeah, he really is, man. So you mentioned how, you know, you're fighting at 55 these days, but this upcoming fight is actually at an 175-pound catch weight. Now, for you, are you like, awesome, I don't have to cut all that weight? I mean, what's your feeling on the weight itself for this fight?
Nah, it's not even that, because I still do have to cut weight. I don't want people to be like, oh, Robert's having a, no, I still have to cut. I'm not a small, like, when people be like, man, you are a gigantic 50, I'm a gigantic 55er, I believe. You know, I don't care what anybody else says. I'm not gonna say what I walk around there. I don't want people to be like, oh my goodness, but I'm pretty big. I still have to cut weight, so it's not like Sid's gonna come in overweight, over like bigger than me. No, he's just more bulkier than me. It's a difference. He's not gonna come in to the point where he's gonna have the strength advantage. If that's what everybody's worried about, that's not gonna happen.
So, man, when you visualize your career, you know, what's the 5-year goal? I mean, where do you see yourself in 5 years, man? Because you're the kind of fighter, you're an exciting fighter. You don't go out there and hump someone's leg and make the crowd boo. You go out there and knock people out. So right away, you're only 3 fights into your pro career, you're already headlining an event. So that says a lot about your style. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Man, you know, I know everybody knows, you know, the UFC, Bellator, WSOF. I really see myself in 5 years being like beyond all that. Like, I feel like in these next 5 years, I will be the most talked about person in, like, I want to say the world, but I'm gonna say the world. I really want to reach that type. Like, 5 years is a long time to people. You know, I feel like 5 years is a long time, especially in the sport. You know, anything can happen. Anything. I feel like I want to be that person that people just, whether you talking bad about me, talking good about me, pray, you know what I mean? It doesn't matter. I will be talked about in these next 5 years coming up. Whether, like I said, my name will be somewhere. Like I said, my name will be somewhere. It's just a matter of time. You know, you can't stop what's destined to happen. And I truly believe I'm destined for this. You know, I will be the most talked about soon. Just wait on it.
Yes, sir. Well, it's going down. You and Sid Wheeler, Valor Fights 45. If it were up to you, Robert, how's this fight going to go down?
This fight's not leaving the first round. The very first couple of exchanges, he's going to fall.
Well, that's what the fans like to hear. Robert, thank you so much for taking the time to speak with me right here, right now on Half the Battle. Let the audience know where they can follow you, and any message for the fans, go ahead.
You can follow me on Instagram at Blue King MMA, Facebook Robert Hale III. I want to shout out to my mom. I want to shout out to my fiance. I want to shout out to my brothers up in X3. You know how we go. And I really want to thank you. Thank you for putting me on the show.
Anytime,
my
bro.
best friend, Drill.
You got it, Robert. Thanks again for the time, man, and best of luck in the fight, man.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much.